This is Matt Crane from MGMT Boston. We're in the beautiful South End today with Dan Cohen, the co-founder and CEO of Vanik. We're here to talk about what Vanik is, what he's building, what's going on with this startup as we reach the midpoint of 2025, and more. So Dan, thank you for having me to your beautiful neighborhood.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming. It's crazy that we're already halfway through the year.
Unbelievable. First question, what is Vanik? What are you and your co-founders and your team building?
Sure. So Vanik makes it easier for brands that are selling through wholesale channels to streamline the retention process. So right now, it's a very manual process. A lot of innovation has happened on the D2C side, but yet to take root so far on the wholesale side of it. So right now, if a brand's selling through wholesale channels, if they manage accounts directly outside of a distributor, they likely have a spreadsheet, like a Google spreadsheet or Excel spreadsheet with all of their contacts information, and then like who's purchasing, when they're purchasing, and they're manually reaching out to these accounts saying, "Hey, do you need a reorder?" Then there's emails passed back and forth, which, as you can imagine, as you scale, is very scalable.
Right.
Brands are relying on these manual processes and making mistakes along the way with reorders and missing reorders, and so what Vanik does is we streamline right in. We integrate with Shopify for brand sales on Shopify. You can also upload your contacts natively if you do not use Shopify. And we send out notifications to the retailers when it's time for them to order, and the retailer can reorder right off of that email. Very dynamic, but you can reorder in a couple clicks. And we are working on other things as well in addition to reorder. So we're going to streamline the whole retention process for brands selling through wholesale channels.
Nice. Now, as you've been building this company, which kind of came from, which I'm sure you'll tell us, an e-commerce company that you were building on the side, what is going on in the company today? What are you looking to accomplish over the next few months?
Yeah, so we were very fortunate that in Q1 of this year, we raised what we're calling an angel round. We got an early stage fund to invest in us, as well as the TBD Angels right here in Boston.
Amazing.
In addition to some angels from my former company, I was at Klaviyo, to invest in us, and that money allowed us to hire out a team. So we have 2 full-time engineers. We're kind of heads down and building the product right now. We do have a beta product that's out right now. We have about 15 brands using it. We're hoping that by middle to end of June, we'll have what we're calling our V1 product completely built out that will allow us to onboard some larger brands that we have in the pipeline. We're building out some features right now that really ladder up to allowing a brand to save more time and make more money, which is our value prop.
Amazing. Now, you've learned a lot. You mentioned you worked at Klaviyo, 47 brands before that. You spent time at Shopify. Yep. Across your career, serving commerce brands, working in commerce, building technology companies. What have you learned that you would pass back to up-and-coming operators, other early-stage founders, people building in the commerce space and beyond about what it takes to be successful?
Yes, I've worked in physical goods companies as well as software, and I think what it comes down to is you have to have a product that people want and need.
Sure.
And you can be building some crazy thing that you think is cool, but at the end of the day, if nobody wants and needs it, it's not going to matter. So you can market it however you want, but if people don't want it, it's not going to matter. And so I've been very fortunate that I've worked for Klaviyo, which is one of the fastest growing software companies, and we're kind of taking their playbook. We found something that people really need, and what we want to do is really get our initial customers to talk about what we're doing and building. And we're already having that success at a beta level with brands that are using the platform, telling other brands. And so we'll do a lot of customer marketing. And from my perspective, if customers aren't talking about us, it's not worth paying all this money to amplify it. It all starts with the customer and building for their wants and needs.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. And last but not least, how can we help you grow here in Boston and beyond? How we can help Vanik grow and be successful?
Yeah, so any brand, if anyone knows any brands that are selling through wholesale channels, we'd love to be connected with them. A lot of our initial beta customers actually are from the New England area, which is really cool. And so we'd like to obviously get as many brands using us in Boston and then grow from there. If you know any brands selling through wholesale channels, we'd love to be kept in mind.
This is Dan from Vanik, Matt from MGMT Boston on this beautiful episode of The Lantern. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for having us.